What's good, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hey, what's up, love? I'm Kay, and if you've been here before, thank you so much for stopping back by. Alright, so today I have got a chit chat for you guys, but it is a get to know me tag in particular. I went onto Instagram and I asked you guys to ask me a couple questions that you would like to know about me, and I'm basically going to be answering them in this video. I did have a video like this up before, but I felt like I needed an updated one, you know, just to accommodate the new babies or whatever. And yeah, if you enjoy it, then let me know in the comment section down below, and also let me know by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. I would love to have you a part of the family. And also, please don't forget to switch on your bell notifications, because I do upload 3 times a week, and I would love for you guys to know when I upload. You know, sometimes YouTube doesn't tell you guys what's going on and like show you guys my videos. So if you've got the bell notification, you'll never miss a beat, you'll never miss a video. But I would also like to thank Arabella Hair for providing today's hair slay and sponsoring today's video. I love this hair. I mean, you guys have seen it absolutely everywhere, on Snap, on my Instagram pictures, on multiple YouTube videos. I think it's so feminine, so girly, and I don't know, I think it's different for me, but like very much a vibe, you know? So yeah, if you guys like this hair, then do not hesitate to go into my description box and shop the hair. I will have a direct link for you guys down below. And if you want to participate in polls like this when I ask you guys questions on Instagram and stuff, then don't hesitate to actually follow me on Instagram. I'm Khay Republik absolutely everywhere, and I'm also Khay Republik on Twitter. So yeah, without any further ado, I have been blabbing long enough. Let's get straight into the video. I'm so scared to reveal my hair. Hi guys. Okay, if you hear anything in the background, my uncle came to get soup. I'm recording this on the day when it was raining and it was cold in winter in Joburg, which is very unusual. So I'm hoping that this is the only day that this happens, so you guys know which day I'm referring to. So that's why there's like noise, because he's here and he's talking to my mom and stuff like that. But hi guys. So today I'm gonna try to get my hair in order. I took a shower and did my makeup and put my hair away, but that's only because I'm trying to avoid what is happening with my hair. Okay, it looks a damn mess, mainly because this is how I go to bed. I go to bed with just the silk scarf, and then I don't know why I keep, and it's happening more and more as time goes on, but I keep forgetting to put my bonnet on. Yeah, that's my L. But I'm going to reveal my hair and I'm going to style it, and while I do that, I'm going to be answering some questions. I'm going to be doing a get to know me tag. But before I get into it, actually, let me take this let me also take this off. Oh my gosh. Okay, my edges obviously don't look too bad because I did have my edges don't look too bad because I did have this lace thingy on it. I mean, this silk scarf thingy on it. But other than that, I actually just need to learn to respect myself. I need to learn how to respect myself. So I'm going to be sectioning off this hair. This hair is so pretty, guys. Like, if you guys saw those videos that I did and that video that I did with this hair, guys, like, this hair is stunning. It is hair from Arabella Hair. Shout out to them. This hair is like 10 inches of their Brazilian straight, and I just curled it, like I wand curled it. Yeah, basically it's a frontal. It's a 13x4 frontal, and it's so nice, guys. It even comes with like an elastic band and like things like that. It's literally so nice. If you guys want to shop this hair, and can I please show you how it looked before? Please. This is how the hair looked. If you want to shop this hair, please don't hesitate. I'll have all the details in the description box for you to shop this hair. So I'm going to brush it out, and I'm going to take care of this hair. Like, this is not cute. So yeah, basically I'm doing a get to know me tag. I have a get to know me tag, or I had a get to know me tag on my channel, but I didn't like that one. And the thing about it is, I have to do another get to know me tag because, guys, I have gained so many new subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Literally from the beginning of January to now, I have gained, how many subscribers have I gained? I've gained around 32,000 subscribers, so that is a lot, and I did want to just, you know, have the new subscribers get to know me a little bit more. So let's get started. The very first question that I got a million times, guys, it's not that I hide my name, I just would rather you know me by Khay Republik, you know, but my real name is Khay. That is my simplified name. That is who I am. My full name is Khay Tembi Azanya Udikeng Shabalala, and that is my name. But I'm Khay Republik. Okay, let's get that straight. And then another question I got is, okay, where did Khay Republik come from? So this is really weird. So I took history in high school, and I really liked history. I was a very big fan of school. Like I really liked school, so I took history in school, and I wanted to go study political science in varsity when I was like in high school and whatever. And I was like obviously doing history, and I was just like, ugh, the world sucks, that I'm gonna go start my own country. And I was like, I'm gonna call it the Khay Republik, and the Republic is gonna have a K. And that's what I convinced myself that that's what I was gonna go do. I was gonna buy an island, and it was going to be called the Khay Republik. And and then I started getting into makeup and whatever, and I was just like, actually, let me just call my platform Khay Republik. I think that's better. So I became Khay Republik, and yeah, that's it. I just became Khay Republik because I wanted to start my own country, and I wanted to have my own rules, and I was tired of the world. And now looking at 2020, maybe I should have done that. But yeah, that's what I wanted to do. And yeah. And then, where are you from? I am from Soweto. I am from Rockville, Soweto in Morocco. That's where I'm from. I grew up there, was raised there. That's where I'm from. And then age, I am 21 years old, and I was born on the 13th of January 1999. So I'm a Capricorn. And yeah, I was born on the 13th. That's how old I am. Oh Jesus, oh no, this thing is unraveling. Shit. How did I get into influencing? Okay, so here's the tea, right? I started doing entertainment, if you will. I started doing entertainment when I was 10 years old. So when I was 10, I got into theater. My uncle studied journalism and is a writer, and he basically writes scripts and is a producer and produces films and stuff like that. So I had showed interest in wanting to start theater and stuff like that when I was 10, so he low-key became my manager. So when I was 10 years old, I started doing stage, and I got into shit. See what happens when you don't take care of your hair? But it's still not shedding as much, which is crazy. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, I started doing the Market Theatre Laboratory. If you don't know what that is, that's basically, you know, the Market Theatre, but it's like a school that kids go to. So like teenagers, you're basically a teenager, and it's basically training, and you basically train in theatre, and you learn all these things, and you learn how to act, and then there's a whole theatre performance at the end of the year that we all did. So I started getting into that and basically acting in my uncle's plays and stuff like that when I was 10. That's when that started. And then later on in my life, I got into like presenting from 12 to 13ish. It started around there. And then when I was 14, I got a scholarship, and I went to high school basically, and I got a scholarship. So then it started becoming harder and harder for me to go to theater practice and, you know, meet up and do all these things. So I was like, oh, I still want to do things, but I just don't want to have to leave the house. And I started getting into makeup when I was 16. So when I was 17, I started my channel, and yeah, I basically started social media because I wanted to still do something creative, even though I had the scholarship at school that was taking a lot of my time. But I still wanted to do something creative, and influencing became that thing for me because I could still talk, I could still, you know, plan out my own content and do whatever and just be creative, but I didn't have to leave the house as much. So that became something that I started doing instead. We're here. Are you still in school? No, I dropped out. So if you were unaware, I used to go to Vega, and I used to study strategic brand communication, and I was also in UNISA for law. So the first thing I had dropped was law. The reason was because I started paying my fees on my own. So I paid for my whole second year on my own, and I had just reached the point where I was like, I'm not learning enough to justify all the stress. Do you know what I'm saying? I had been doing well paying for Vega and law together when I had a little bit of help. That was the beginning of the year, and then I stopped getting the help, and then I now had to pay everything on my own. And if you know Vega, bitch, you know that shit's expensive, right? So yeah, my course was around 80k a year, and I was paying for that on my own. And then obviously because of how much it was, I first started off by dropping law and then just focusing on Vega. There was just like an assignment that I got. Already I was overwhelmed. So imagine I'm 20 years old, I'm paying for this all on my own, I'm overwhelmed, I still have to work, I still have to study, and I'm at a private university, I'm on YouTube. Already I feel like if you're in the industry and you go and you study strategic brand communication and you don't have an intention of going corporate, you will definitely feel like you're not studying anything there. And this one assignment that I got was literally go home and make a YouTube channel. And it was at that moment already, guys, imagine, let me put you in my mind frame. Already I've got so much on my shoulders, and I already feel like this is low-key useless but taking so much from me, and then you give me an assignment like that. I was like, nah, I'm done. So in 2020, January 2020, I dipped and I started becoming a full-time influencer. And yeah, that was basically, that was it. And the thing is, it did kind of hurt, if I'm being completely honest. It did kind of hurt because if you know me, you know that I really enjoy school. Like, it's something I've always been good at, and it's something that I've always liked. Like, school's like not hard for me. I know some people that go to school and it's like, it's not easy for them. For me, it's not a hard thing to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Even when I did law at the same time, like, it wasn't hard. It was something I actually liked. I enjoyed it, but I was just like, this makes no actual sense, and I'm having too many breakdowns for this. Do you know what I'm saying? So I was out, and I started doing my thing, and everything worked out, or everything is working out, because the minute I dropped, I could take so many other brand deals. Started working with Reebok, started working with The Fix, started working with Boss. Like, I started doing so much more, and I don't regret it. I don't regret what happened, and I don't regret my decision. And yeah, I'm a full-time YouTuber. Okay, so somebody asked what has been my longest relationship. That has been 2 years. 2 years was the longest one, and the shortest one, 2 months. Would you ever open up a salon? Absolutely. If you guys aren't aware, there is a project of mine called Khay Republik, and that's basically where I sell units. But I do actually want to explain what's going on. I had a tiff with my supplier, and I vowed to do it properly the next time that I did it. So I'm definitely not going to, not necessarily rush into it. I don't feel like I rushed into it, but I'm not going to, I'm just gonna make extra sure. I'm just the type of person where if I love something, I'm gonna jump right straight into it. And that's what I did with Khay Republik. And then I hadn't built my relationship with my supplier properly, and then COVID happened, and then obviously the stress of that happened. So I think that my supplier was definitely dealing with that and not prioritizing what they needed to prioritize, and I was not going to ship out shit hair. So yeah, took that, put it on the back burner, and it's something that I'm definitely going to do properly, and you guys will feel it when I do it. You guys will feel it. So yeah, that's basically what happened. And as for opening up a salon, absolutely, baby, that is exactly what I want to do. I love hair, I love beauty, I love makeup, I love all of that, and a salon would definitely be a proper, it would make sense for my brand. It would make a lot of sense for my brand. Who are your closest friends? I've got 2 very, very close friends. The first friend that is super close to me is somebody you guys are very, very familiar with. Okay, not very, very familiar with. I'm being dramatic. But my best friend is Tapelo Makama. That is my best friend. And my other close friend is Londiwe. She started a channel recently, so you probably will see her a bit more on my platform, especially because now she's got a channel. Londiwe and Tapelo have been in my life since I was in grade 3, so those are my closest friends to this day. They're my, yeah, those are my like soulmates. Like I love them so much. Those are my friends. Oh, okay, this would actually make sense for a video like this, but what was the age where you first started dating girls? My first kiss with a girl was in grade 2. My first girlfriend was in grade 8. So yeah, if you're unaware, of course there are so many people that must be unaware, because like I said, I've gained so many new... Is this thing lifting? Okay, I'm gonna have to glue that. I'm gonna have to glue that on. But like I said, I've gained so many new subscribers. But for anybody that is unaware, I am feminine presenting bisexual, and that is what I identify as. And yeah, that basically, if you don't know, bisexual means you date girls and you date boys. So I'm feminine presenting, and that just means I'm a kind of what's the word that they... I'm a lipstick. Are you happy? Yeah. Yes, I'm sure you guys can tell. Like 2020 brought a crazy different energy for me. Literally, I'm overwhelmed. Like I'm overwhelmed with just how truly, like not even like fake, like even when I close my eyes, happy I am. Like I'm just at such a better place. Like for a lot of people, and a lot of people have said this, like, you know, I understand that 2020 is a rough year, but I would still not go back to 2019, and that's exactly how I feel. Like 2019 was stressful. I had a lot on my shoulders, had no support anyway. I wasn't grand. Like I was an extremely angry, bitter, distant, high-key belligerent person. I was not the chill aura that I am this year. I reached burnout for the first time in my life last year. Had a panic attack for the first time in my life last year, and it was not just one, it was like one after the other. I went through my first heartbreak last year, and literally from around September to December I was at a place where I don't even remember what was going on, because I had dealt with it by just constantly going out and not wanting to face what was going on. And I think my channel was a direct reflection of what was happening in my head. And I always believe the fact that with me, especially, my relationship with God is one where he communicates with me through two ways: with what I love and the people that I love. So I was not speaking to one of my closest friends in 2019. I was not maintaining all of my very close relationships, and I had just distanced myself from everything because I had such a heavy load on my shoulders, and I was just focused on that, and it had caused a lot of shit in my life. Like it caused a lot. Like it's something that even makes me so emotional to think about. And I think my channel in 2019 was so haphazard. It was so, at least it's done. I'm not that type of person. I'm not a at least it's done, I'm just gonna put it out there type of person. I literally I love to love my channel, and I think the last time I loved my channel was in 2018 and right now. So yeah, I think when my channel was doing what it was doing, and when my relationships in my life were doing what they were doing, I think that was just God telling me, like, dude, something's not right, you know what I'm saying? Like, fix shit. So in January I came back home, and for a whole month I spoke to no one. I went nowhere. I was in my room the whole January, and I was just reevaluating. I was like, some shit has to fucking change, you guys. Like, I went through the most in 2019, and I've never been depressed, you know what I'm saying? Like, before that, I had no reason to be depressed, because I always felt like I was chasing my dream, and I was, you know, doing well and whatever. But I truly feel that in 2019 I was depressed. I was not okay. I told nobody, and the only time people would find out what was happening was if I broke down. So yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. In 2020, like, from January to now, I feel like it started off with me dropping out. I felt like I just dropped that huge load, and then I went on to make amends and talk to my closest friend, and she came back into my life, and her and we had a huge falling out, and I was obviously not in a great place, so I was extra toxic in the situation, more toxic than I would have been. And then that started healing itself, and then I started speaking to my brother again. My brother reached out to me, and yeah, that was crazy, because I think this can be relatable to a lot of people, but majority of my life I have been the person who reaches out and apologizes and makes amends and is in control of a lot of my relationships. And I had convinced myself in 2019 that the only reason that is the case is because I just like control, and I like being in control of my situations, and that's a fucking lie. I was just in relationships or speaking to people or in situations with people that just did not reciprocate my energy, and I thought that was me being in control of the situation. In early 2019, I don't even care. I'm gonna tell you guys this because I feel like, firstly, a lot of people can relate to this, and secondly, I don't have a relationship with this person, so I don't give a shit what they say. But in 2019, my dad lived my life. Like, he didn't die or anything, but he he left my life. Like, he literally sent me a text message and was like, he's out, like, he's not gonna do this anymore, right? So that's the main reason why I had to be so self-sufficient in 2019, because I had to do this shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So I was very used to doing things myself, and if I wanted something to be fixed, I'd go and I'd apologize and I'd make amends, and I'd be the one to have the first communication, and you know, like, it was all about, like, me. So this year, when my brother as in, like, my dad's second child, so I'm his firstborn and then he's the second child, so when he reached out, it was crazy. I'm getting emotional because you guys don't understand. Like, I'm actually not used to people reaching out and trying to make amends with me. I'm used to having to be the one to... Oh, bitch, first of all, that was the situation, right? So, and the thing about my brother and I's relationship is that I had done what I do so often, or what I had done so often in 2019. I cut him off. I blocked him. I'm sure you guys know from my 2019 content, I was very proud of the fact that I cut people off and I don't care and all of this shit. And I think it was with my brother when I was just like, I genuinely don't need to be this angry. Like, I don't need to be... And I think if I'm looking at, like, my situation in 2019 and, like, life in 2019, it makes a lot of sense why I was so distant and cold, and, you know, like, I was such a bitch, and I was so, like, proud of that, because that was defense. That was me stopping myself. That was stopping me from breaking down every second day, because I had every reason to break down every second day. So limiting contact and, you know, just not trying to even put myself out there like that with people was a way that I dealt with a lot of my issues. And I broke in September. I broke. I tweeted this, when did I tweet it? I forgot when. I think it was like a month ago or something like that. I tweeted that 2019 Khay and 2020 Khay are so different, and a close friend of mine screenshotted it, sent it to me, and was like, yeah. And I was like, dude, the decisions that I've made, the people that I've kept around me, the things that I want for myself, the things that I'm not a survivalist anymore. I'm not trying to survive anymore. I'm just happy. Like, I'm just happy and I'm just good. Like, I'm actually good. Like, I'm so happy with where I am, what's going on. And yeah, I recommend it. You know what I'm saying? I really recommend it. I recommend that you stop being the one to reach out. I stopped being the one to apologize and reach out and make amends, and so many things fell away from me because I stopped that behavior, and I'm so glad that they did. I think you can only look at a situation afterwards and be like, oh, now I get what God was doing. It's only when you stop doing that shit that you'll realize that you don't need a lot of this shit. You don't need half of the things you've been dealing with, because oshab, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you're going through anything where you feel like you're overextending yourself for people that don't even know how to say I'm sorry, or I see where you're coming from, or okay, we can fix this, just stop. Honestly, just stop. Like, they don't deserve. If you've got a molly in your life, and the thing about it is, I'm gonna talk about insecure in a minute. So if you've got a molly in your life, the molly situation isn't just for friendships, in my opinion. The molly situation is for other things as well, like other relationships as well. Like, if you've got someone in your life who expects for you to be the one who apologizes every single time, and for you to be the one who goes and fixes shit every single time, I think it's very clear that you need to stop. It's something that just you don't need that in your life. You really don't. And the thing about that situation is that no matter how the chips may fall, it will always fall in your favor, whether or not that person realizes and then comes back and apologizes, or they don't. You'll always get better. And that's because people who always expect you to overextend yourself, and they never make any sort of way to come into your life and just say I'm sorry as well. Even if it was the smallest thing, take accountability for even the smallest role you might have played with the issue, and it'll be fine. If in your life there's anyone who is your molly could be your mom, your molly could be your dad, your molly could be your boyfriend, you know, somebody who will literally expect you to be the one to come and apologize because they did nothing wrong, their principle, this, that, and the third. Drop that bitch or nigga or whoever. Drop them. I'm telling you, you're losing nothing. And it's so weird that every single time you stop expecting things from relationships that don't come your way, so much better happens. So in my situation with my dad, it was I had ran after him to support and be there for me, do you know what I'm saying? And then when he decided finally to say it with his mouth that he just doesn't want to do this, I started getting paid for my YouTube channel, and I could pay for my entire second year at Vega on my own. Like, I think you have to look at it like that. Like, no matter how the chips may fall, if you're with if you're in a situation with somebody that just doesn't reciprocate your energy and always wants to find you wrong for a situation you're both involved in, bitch, dip. Trust and believe you'll be so much better. Trust me. But yes, to answer your question, I am very happy. I know some people genuinely thought that it was because of my relationship. I mean, yeah, he's a great guy, but I've done a lot of inner work, and I'm just genuinely happier with myself, happier with my life, happier with the direction of my channel. I'm passionate about the content that I'm putting out. I'm good. Like, I'm good. What is your biggest achievement of 2020? Guys, I'm going to tell you this over and over again. I wouldn't be working with brands, I wouldn't be growing my channel, I wouldn't be doing any of this if I didn't change the way that I think. I am so grateful for the inner work that I've done this year. It makes me so emotional, the fact that I just decided to choose myself. I swear I'd be nowhere near the growth or the achievements that I've seen. Like, I just think and move so different. Like, if you go onto my channel, I used to have 145 145 YouTube videos, and those I kind of accumulated through the 3 years that I've been on YouTube. I have like 63 videos on my channel now, and I've got them all organized. They look lovely. If you don't know, now you know. You can binge my videos very nicely. I'm gonna put everything here. They're all in playlists, so everything you need will be there. And I'm so proud of the content that's there because I like it. I created it when I was good, and I want my channel to move like that. That's what I want, you know. So yeah, just going ahead and reevaluating and thinking and, like, you know, doing all the things that I needed to do for myself this year is my biggest achievement. Just choosing my damn self this year is my biggest achievement. Do you stay alone? No, baby. Oh my gosh, you would have gotten an apartment tour. You would have gotten decorating videos. No, baby, I don't stay on my own. I still live with my mom. I still live at home. Do you have a 5-year plan? Kind of how old will I be in 5 years? 26. Yes, I do. I do have a 5-year plan. My 5-year plan has to do with just like adulting. So getting a car, getting a place, growing my channel, working with some of my favorite brands and stuff like that. And then towards the end of my 5-year plan, that's when I know I'm gonna be thinking about babies. Thinking about babies. So in 5 years I'll be 26. So I think I'm gonna be starting to create the space for kids to enter, if that makes sense. So just like building up my life to be able to have a kid. Might not be an early mom. I know it's something I've been going back and forth about, honestly, about whether or not I want to be like a young mom or whatever. I would love to be a young mom, but realistically I think I'm going to be, I think 28 is still a young mom, if I'm being honest. I think 28 is still a young mom. But yeah, are your 2020 goals going well? Yes. I tweeted, when last did you look at your vision board, the other day? And I looked at mine, and I'm actually on track. I'm so happy about that. It's something that makes me so happy. Yeah, my goals are on track, guys, like even through the pandemic. And I think that's why I give so much glory to God, because guys, even through a pandemic, he was still showing up for me. He was still showing up for me. I didn't have to worry one day through the pandemic. I didn't worry about where my next check is gonna come from, where my next nothing. I did not have to worry. And that is just something that if you are in the same situation and you also didn't have to worry, you're so blessed. Like, you're so blessed. Literally, all praise be to God for that, because guys, we're so fortunate if you're in that situation to never have to worry. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're doing things on your own, you're so fortunate that you're able to just do things on your own and still not have to worry, you know? So yeah, my 2020 goals are going really well. Like, my biggest goal, which was my subscriber count, is coming to me quick, fast, in a hurry, okay? Like, 50k is staring at me straight in the face. And I'm so grateful. Like, I'm so grateful. So yeah, things are going well. The next question is, are you mean, cold, or distant? I used to be. I'm not even going to come on here and act like I was the friendliest person ever. I used to be so unhappy. Like, I literally think about it, I was just like, I used to be miserable. I used to be so unhappy, and for no goddamn reason. Okay, there was a goddamn reason. There was a reason. But I used to be so unhappy, guys. Like, I used to be cold and distant. I used to not... Guys, I just used to be a bitch. I used to be a bitch. And I just realized that I don't need to be like that, especially if I'm happy. Like, there's no reason for me to give off that energy. Now, I'm not the type of person who's overly friendly and overly no, I'm not like that. Yeah, like, when people speak to me, I'm less, you know, I'm less suspicious of people. I'm way more trusting now, and it's such a liberating feeling. I know that people aren't worth your trust or whatever, but like, it's liberating to not have to have your guard up all the time. So yeah, I'm actually not cold and distant anymore. I'm much happier. I smile way more. I'm just doing good. I'm doing so good. Like, I'm literally thinking about it right now and I want to cry. Oh, how do you deal with how do you deal with anxiety? Oh, child, I didn't deal with anxiety well. Yeah, anxiety is it's a hard thing to deal with because I just feel like you lose control a lot. Like, you just feel like you don't have control over a situation, and I think what I did in January helped me so much, like so much. Like, I went off the grid. Like, I just stopped. I literally just stopped. I was like, this is not the direction I want to go. I started mapping out the direction I wanted to go. So I created my vision board. I started journaling and I was like, this is what I want. So I'm gonna stop going after and chasing after and indulging in things, topics, conversations, places, people, anything that doesn't align with where I want to go. And there's just a satisfaction and a weight lifted off your shoulder when you see yourself do what you said you were gonna do. It feels so good. I never want people to let fear take that away from you. And also, the way, I know this is not going to be for everybody, but the way I dealt with my anxiety a lot was to just pray. And I kickstarted my relationship with God again, on a much deeper level this time. And it just helped. It helped a lot to just pray about things and to just give yourself time to actually switch your phone off and put it away and just sit in a dark room and just pray, you know. And yeah, just doing that as much as possible, just so that you don't feel like you only go to God when you're not okay, you know. And also just remembering that fear is from the devil. Like, it's not an emotion that God gives you. Like, fear is not an emotion that comes from God. So when you're having anxiety over, oh my God, I might fail this, that, and the third, you have to understand and realize that those emotions aren't put there by somebody who's on your side. They're put there by somebody who's not on your side, you know. So that's a big way that I dealt with my anxiety. And I think the main reason why 2019 did what it did to me was because I was always such a happy person, and then I got to varsity and it was just stress left, right, and center, and I changed. Like, I'll tell you now, like, I was not the same person. Like, I was not. I used to be so bubbly. I used to like be like being papa, like I used to be, you know. And then, yeah, no, varsity changed me, and leaving varsity was the best decision of my life. And yeah, if you're trying to figure out how to deal with your anxiety, think about the person you want to be, and commit to finding that person again, and ask God for help, because he will help you. He will help you. And also, get off your phone. Get off your phone more. Try get off your phone as much as possible. Don't isolate yourself with anything, but like, learn to listen to your own voice. And like, a lot of the time we're on Twitter and stuff like that, like, other people's voices become our thoughts. So when you log off for a while, for a couple hours a day, log off for a while and get in touch with you again. Start getting to know you again. Okay guys, I'm done curling my hair. I'm going to take my got to be now. I don't necessarily think that this hair needs any, like I said in the beginning, like, I know that this hair was a mess in the beginning because I didn't take care of it, but honestly and like truly speaking, I don't need to do anything to this hair. It is it's nice quality. Look at the shine, look at the material, you know what I'm saying? So I'm only using this got to be. If you know, got to be is actually hairspray. I'm using it because it's got that glue factor, so I wanted to kind of keep the curls together. And even though this hair is actually straight, it actually curls and keeps the curl very well. But I'm just going to get rid of flyaways and keep some of the curls together before I break them. Just want to make sure that they don't break too much, you know. I've got 2 more questions. The first of the 2 is, when will you show your friends on your channel? I don't know if you guys are all familiar, but I have got very long-standing and a lot of long-standing friendships, and Arabella is only one of the many friends that I made at that point in my life. I have a lot of long-standing friendships with a lot of very great girls, and I don't show them on my channel. The main reason I don't show them on my channel is because I'm very protective of those friends. Like, I'm so protective of those friends because first of all, they're not on social media like that, right? So I have a lot of friends that get what I do, but they don't do what I do. So I try not to put them on my channel. Even putting Gamu on my channel was something that had to wait until she had her own channel, because I didn't want to put somebody on my platform that didn't have their own platform. The only time I ever did that was with Sabelo, and that was because he expressed to me that he was okay with it. And even though he was nervous in the video, he warmed up to it quickly because I know he has a history in the arts just like me. So I knew like he'd warm up to it quickly. My other friends, not so much. I don't want to. I know my friends outside of YouTube, right? So I know my friends outside of YouTube. I know them outside of Instagram. I know that they're great people. They're funny. They're lighthearted. They're great. But I just don't want them to be in a space where they're sitting in front of a light and a camera and they know like people can. I don't have a negative audience. You guys are great. I never have like bad comments, or if anybody's rude, it's like a random person that really doesn't know me. And I know you guys aren't negative, but I just don't want one of my friends to come here, be bombarded by all of this stuff, and then start acting shy in the video, and then people in the comments are like "Lo muntu uyabhora" and stuff like that, and now they go through the comments and they feel bad, you know. So I don't want to put my friends on the platform until they've got their own platform. So just like with Gamu, I knew that she was a dancer and whatever. I don't want to put her in the YouTube space because that's a different space, you know. I don't want to put her on that platform without knowing that she was okay with it and she wanted to do it. So yeah guys, that's the main reason why a lot of my friends you've never met. And yeah, even in vlogs, like I'm friends with the type of girls where even if you have like your phone camera out, they're just like I'm friends with like girls like that, like girls that genuinely, it's just not their thing, you know. They've got other things going on and social media isn't that for them, you know. It's great and whatever, but yeah, I just don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. So that's why a lot of my friends you guys have never seen. But hey, who knows, it might change, especially because some of them are creating their own channels, and we'll see what happens. And then the last question that I'm going to be taking is so she's basically asking for advice on how to speak fluently and sound well informed without sounding like a know-it-all. So this is something that I basically had to learn how to do as well. You guys know, and I said that I obviously did theater and stuff like that, so I was trained to speak the way that I speak, right? So a lot of people do come into my comments and they're like, you speak like a presenter, and that's because that's how I was trained to speak since I was 10. So it's a very hard thing for me to shake. It's something that I just can't shake, even though I don't present and I don't do radio and I don't do any of that stuff, but I have a tendency to sound like that. And some people even say that I speak with an accent, and it's not an accent, it's just me. It's just the way I was trained to speak. Right now, what I've noticed is happening, especially now later on in my life, is that it's kind of rubbing off, and I can see that it's rubbing off because I'm starting to say things like and like a lot more. Those are like 3 bad words. If you grew up in theater or you grew up doing any sort of the arts where you had to speak and you had to do any sort of public speaking, those are no-go areas. You don't speak like that. And I don't have an issue with that necessarily, because I don't want to make it feel like you're watching a show when you watch my channel. And it's something that I had to like low-key have a discussion with myself about, and just be like, sometimes I just don't want to sound too far-fetched, you know. I do want to sound relatable. So when it comes to speaking fluently and sounding well informed, I really do rate that first of all you understand that your accent does not mean you are intelligent and does not mean you are less intelligent than the next person. We are in South Africa, we have South African accents, and different languages bring a different English accent. If you speak Tswana and you speak Zulu, the way that you speak English is going to be different, and there's no need for you to pressurize yourself into wanting to speak like other people or people from the north, or you know, there's different types of people in this country, and we can't all sound the same, especially with the language that isn't our own. So I know that a lot of influencers, quite a lot of influencers, and some of the bigger Instagram influencers go through a lot of accent shaming, and I genuinely hate the fact that people in this country come into people's comments and try to make them feel less important or make them feel bad because of the way that they speak. There's no reason for you to measure me up to somebody else because of my accent, especially if you know that I'm black, I'm African, and I'm in South Africa. Not all of us went to a Model C high school and we all went to like St. John's and went to, like, not all of us did that, but people are still going ahead even though they didn't get that sort of education and going on to create platforms that you're watching and you're consuming their content. You then want to come and bash them for the way that they speak, but you're the one watching them. It makes no sense. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you're typing out insults to somebody because they don't sound like me, for example, or anyone else that you deem has a good accent, I genuinely think it's time to introspect, because that is literally the bottom of the barrel and there are so many other issues we've got. And accent shaming is not one of them. Saying that the pretty girls sound a certain way and saying things like certain girls have a welcome to the party accent, that's disgusting to me, and I genuinely don't think that it's something to make fun of. I mean, I get it, Gorgeous Somebody does make fun of the whole party thing, and it's fine if the person who did it is okay with it, but now if you want to come and make everybody else like and say all these pretty girls have this accent and this, that, and the third, I think it's disgusting. And you thinking that just because somebody sounds heavily Sotho or sounds heavily Tswana in their accent is just, what do you gain from that? You're still watching their shit, like you're still consuming their content, you're putting money in their pocket, so you know. So yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that I answered as many people as I could and I got to the question that you asked on Instagram. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I enjoyed this, and if you did like this video, if you enjoyed it and if you did relate or anything like that, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to have a little chat with you guys there. Also, do not forget to subscribe and like this video. I mean, you've already gotten to know me a bit more, so I think this is a good time for you to tell if you want to subscribe, and I'd also love to have you a part of the family. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and shout out to Arabella Hair for sponsoring today's video. This hair is absolutely stunning. I might keep it on for a couple more days because it's literally so cute. But yeah, if you do like this hair and you want to shop it, then do go into the description box below. I've got a direct link to the hair, and then I also have a link to the store if you want something else from them. If you've seen the quality and you like it, literally I didn't clean off my brush, and this is all the shedding that I got, plus I did have it matted and tangled and I was sleeping in it snug, so I did get very little shedding. So if I did take care of the hair like I was supposed to, then I would have been a-okay, no issues at all. So yeah, if you are interested in getting this hair or anything similar, this is a 10-inch. Do realize and do remember the fact that their hair does run a little bit longer. So this is 10 inches, but it is like what I consider to be a 12. This is just curled up obviously, but yeah, they do have longer running units, and this is a 13x4, and also it is a Brazilian straight. I did curl it and it does hold a curl very well. So yeah, that's all the information that I have for you guys, and thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you have not joined the family on Instagram so that you can participate in little polls like this, I have them quite often, then please do consider joining the family on Instagram and on Twitter. I'm Khay Republik absolutely everywhere. And yeah, that's it for today's video. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.